Hi you guys, and welcome to my channel. I am Rhonda Faye, and today I'm going to be doing a simple video by AM Affirmations. And so we're going to go ahead and get straight into it. If you're new to the channel, go ahead and like and subscribe. Show me some love, all that good stuff. But I Am Affirmation, I didn't want to kind of do this video due to the fact is it was so much beneficial for me. But I Am Affirmations is simply affirmations. If you don't know about affirmations is pretty much inspirational things that you can actually say in your life to be beneficial for you, not only just to manifest things and bring things to you, but also things that you can say to get you in tune with yourself, and positive things to just say to keep you connect with yourself and have a positive vibration. I learned about affirmations a couple years ago as I on YouTube channel. I watched Chanel Cooper, and she was so vulnerable. That's one thing that I loved about her, and I continue to love about her. But she talked much about affirmation, saying daily affirmation. So even me giving you this video, sharing this video with you, I want you to be educated with yourself. I want you to be true to yourself and actually get educated into what actually affirmation is and how they can be beneficial into your life. So that's how I had to do it. So even though I watched the video and I was very intrigued, and I was like, this is so different than what I ever was taught, because I growed up Christianity, I growed up praying, I growed up learning about faith, God, and all that good stuff. And how I can say it, being respectful, I feel like it was not enough information that was given into it. But when I got more educated into affirmations, meditating, all that good stuff, I realized it's pretty much on the same path. And so when I'm going to teach affirmations today, or kind of give y'all the insight of how much good it is for I Am Affirmations and how much beneficial they are to you, I'll also be comparing it also to Christianity and all that good stuff too. The reason I do that is because most people do not click on I Am Affirmation videos. You got the old generation that thinks that when you're talking about meditation, you're talking about affirmation. It's a whole different realm of what they're actually been taught. And some people are scared of learning new things. I always say the word scared because they quick to judge because they're so scared of the new technique. But this new generation says is very in tune with meditating. It's very in tune with affirmation. And I Am Affirmations is a good affirmation to start off with. The reason I'm going to start off with I Am Affirmations because I feel like it's allowing you to start with yourself. I feel like affirmations is, you can do affirmations, whether it's affirmations of something that you want to do, whether it's in your love life, in your finances, in your family, with your kids, anything, you guys. If you want to install this into your everyday life, and these things are very much great. But I Am Affirmations is pretty much, I think everybody should start there, because these affirmations not focus on anyone else but yourself. And the reason that I feel like before you go on any journey or any path, whether it's praying or anything like that, you just can't go in it praying about someone else or making affirmations about someone else, or going right into affirmations about your finance or love life, and you don't actually know what you want or what you totally desire. So what I am now, actually in my closet space, you guys, I would show you guys, but this camera thing is falling, so we're going to go ahead and just focus. I'm actually in my closet where I put my clothes and all my personal things is, and I kind of needed a space. So I made this out of space. I didn't really care about too much clothes and all that good stuff. I got exactly what I'm going to need and actually wear, and that's pretty much it. I needed to start somewhere. I have me a quiet space. Now, however, I have been educated about affirmation 5 years ago, and they was very beneficial. However, I never stayed up track. When you get to know me, I'm going to be very authentic and real and uncut. I'm not going to sit up here and say that I do it every day, but however, I'm about to get on track because I realized that this is something that I've been missing. This is something that I feel like was very beneficial in my life, and I want to continue to keep in tune with it. So I'm going back to the basic. I'm going back to I Am Affirmations, and I'm getting to know myself. I'm getting my quiet space. I feel like that's the first step that anyone should make. Find a place where they actually get to sit down, get to know their self first before they actually ask for anything in your life, ask whether or not you're going down the right path. You got to know yourself. You got to know yourself, and truly. The next thing is knowing your desires, knowing exactly what you desire to do before you actually can say, bless me with this, or universe, I'm asking for this, or any of that. So starting with I am who I say I am. You gotta start, how I can say, prepping yourself to understand who you are as a person. Get in tune with building your own self up. You know what I'm saying? Saying these I am affirmations. I am beautiful. I am strong. I am strong-minded. All of that kind of gets you on a whole different level and get you prepared for what you're about to go, the journey that you're about to go down. And so I am affirmations, the very first thing that you should start with. Get in tune with yourself, all that good stuff. Find a quiet space. Talk to God. Pray, all that good stuff that, that seems so cliche is what is very much needed. Whether it's 20 minutes to 30 minutes, whether it's an hour or so, you don't have to just run into it, but just that quiet time so you can actually see what it is that you need to know about yourself. The second thing I suggest is when you're asking, when you go into that state and you're learning what you totally desire, what is love, what is finances, whether it's something, that job that you want, that position that you want. Now you may know you want to go to school for something that you totally didn't want to go to school for. Having that quiet time sometimes get you on track to what you actually need to be focused on. And it makes things easier in coming to you, if that makes sense. Because it's for you. If you take out the time and actually see what is for you, then those things that's already supposed to come to you that probably is delayed because you just never knew how to get those things coming to you, because you didn't know the steps and the orders. Everything has order. Nothing is just grab nothing. Like I'm realizing that in life is everything takes time and this and that. Everything that come easy is not good. You know what I'm saying? And anything that you didn't have to put in some type of work. And this work is very easy. Once you get to know what affirmations is, trust me, you guys, this is the best thing that would ever happen in your life. So we're on that second mode of, you knowing what you want. You going down that path of what actually you truly want to desire, whatever it is. It's starting to feel good to you. That's what I want. Now you want to go to that part where you want to seek what you want. And I always use example as an interview. So now I know exactly what I want. I wanted that position that been there for the longest. I've been watching it. I've been watching how they work. I've been watching them getting bonus. It's all about bonuses, this and that. The 401k good. I'll talk about that later. But all of this stuff I'm now seeing. And now you want to say, okay, I want to put in the work. And so you go ahead and put in that application. Then I go ahead and call you. They go ahead and call you for an interview. You get that in it before you go on that interview. You're already writing. You already got the vision of you there. Vision. You're getting it there. Another step you can take in that visionary, that second mode, is you can write it down. Some of you guys are very cute at writing down. You can also get fantastic at drawing these things and being extra. You can draw a bonus check or a $5,000 check, whatever you may know about this company. You can draw a 401k, this and that. And I'll go ahead and share it. While I'm sharing that, I'm going to also share a video. So share a little story. At the job I am now, I actually have 401k with the company, within the company. And when I was younger, my mom talked about 401k, and most jobs when you go on an interview talk about 401k, but I actually didn't know what it is. But as I was getting grown, I can say, in my mid 30s or something like that, or probably early 30s, I was like, you know what? I want to get on a job where they actually have 401k. So what I did is I did a vision board. And if you don't know what a vision board is, I do an actual video on that. But if not, you can go ahead and just kind of research what a vision board is. That's why I say you have to write it down. You could also use paper or just a regular notebook paper, whatever you desire. Just always have it in your hand. Using notebook paper and stuff like that, I always feel like when you're doing that, just make sure you carry it around with you. Make sure, because this is your excitement. This was going to keep your adrenaline up. This was going to keep your energy up. This was going to keep your faith up. All this good stuff. And so you write down all these desires. And when I tell people, you got to be specific. You can't be fast in what you really, really want. because sometimes is if you don't be specific, you wind up going to something else. And for instance, if you don't be specific with that job and you just wanting it, I just want this job. You don't even know why you want it. You got to ask yourself all those questions. You got to put in the hard work before to allow it to be easy, if that makes sense. So when you get to this job, it's kind of be very fulfilling for you. It don't be where you be like, I want, this is not what I want. Now all of a sudden you got to go back through the steps again to get back to here again. And that's okay, but you just don't want to be flopping everywhere and then spending that much time trying to just work. Because I believe too, when you're working on jobs, you want to work on there for years. You know what I'm saying? If that's something you want, you don't want to be job hopping. It's just a certain thing that I just really don't really think is a good thing. And so, because we're using that as an example. And for instance, I went ahead and made a vision board. Didn't know what it was, didn't get too much educated on it. I just bought a white poster board and I started writing down little images I got from the newspaper, that anything that said 401k, anything that said leading job, anything that looked like where I was trying to go. And kid you not, I went on to another job and it actually was with a temporary company. Long story short, I got hired on with this company. And this is not what I want. You know what I'm saying? It's not what I want. So sometimes you have to leave it open. It wasn't specific in that vision board. I just said 401k. I didn't know what leading company I was with. And sometimes it's okay if you didn't know and you just know what you wanted. I knew I wanted 401k. So I put that on the vision board. Put the vision board aside. It was right there by my computer stand. And I went just, getting a job. And I got this job and it was like an insurance job. And it was with a temp service. So I really wasn't happy about that. But sometimes you got to take stuff. You never know where it's going to take you. And so anyways, I went on to the job and I wind up, it was like 10 people in the classroom. It was like 2 of us left. And the 2 that was left was me and another young lady. And we wind up getting called to the manager. And the manager say, hey, we want to hire you guys on. I was epic happy, just because from a temp to a permanent job, that's anybody's success, because nobody want to be working temporary. Like, I feel like I'm not temporary. Like, you got to have that, ain't nothing temporary. I accepted and I was working and I was putting in the work as if I was permanent. You call us to the, call us to the room and they wanted to hire us. As they going on, they went over the bonus package and there it goes. What I was desiring, what was on the vision board was what? 401k. This company was a good company because this company matched 100%. Whatever you put in, it was 100%. So really, that's better than what I got at this job I'm at. But this job is something I went to school for, and I kind of want to work in something I went to school for. You know how that kind of is. Like, I went to school for it, you want to work for it. And so that was a great offer. Long story short, I had to wind up not even I think when I went to the car that evening, it was the next day. It was something like that. It was just very crazy. I went to the car the next evening. Long story short, that job that I'm at now, I've been at this company 8 years. This company called. And they don't do 100% 401k, but they definitely have 401k. So there's 2 companies. Once I put it on the vision board, 2 companies was interested in me. Whether it was the temp, went on to the hire, and both of them offered what I desired. What I put on my vision board was 401k. So that lead me back to writing it down. Whether it's a notebook, whether it's a vision board, whatever you want to do. You don't have to be fancy with it. You don't have to be where, I don't like everybody looking at stuff that I'm desiring either. Like, even my kids, I really don't like everybody. So when you get to that point, vision boards, that's okay too, but I don't know, I like keeping it in secret. I like it be between me and God what I want. But sometimes vision boards, I can't tell you not that vision boards doesn't work. And I didn't have mine disclosed over the house. It was actually over there, but I looked at it every time I went over there and I applied for a job at that time, and this and that. I always looked at it. There wasn't too much educated on 401k, but definitely 401k is something that you want with a company, but it's a whole different story. But I feel like I was so very much, dedicated. No company, nowhere I wanted to go to that didn't have 401k. Long story short, writing it down. Second, writing it down, getting a vision of it, stand on it, is pressing on. That's what you want, and just keeping that faith, keeping that energy up. Okay, and then third is just this is where you put your faith in. You know what you desire. You put in that work. You got in tune with yourself. You know exactly what direction you want to go down. You really, really see that first mode of getting to know yourself exactly have to be the work you put in. You gotta say, hey, this is what I want. This is what I truly want. You gotta, even if you have to go back, don't go to the second and third mode until you very sure that's what you want. So if this is what you want, now all of a sudden you want to work for this company. You like, this is the company I want to work for. I researched it. I can see myself there. I can see myself growing. I can see me getting 401k. I can see me going position to position. I can see me living off this very fine, very comfortable. And not only that, I will be so happy at this company. This is the third mode. This is where your faith come in at. You went for the interview. You went to the job knowing this is what you desire. This is what you want, honey. I'm going to get it. So here you is, and you left the interview. And now this is where you now this is where your faith put in, but you don't have anything else but you. You get what I'm saying? So what I used to do different is I'm trying to make examples to understand this. When I used to go on an interview, you know, I used to call my mom, like somebody like that. Call your mom, your sister, your spouse. You just call me like, oh, I went on this interview. I hope I get this job. And that hope word is not something that you want to use, but I'm just using it as example. I hope I get this job. Hope they hire me. You know, you just let go everything that you done did. You notice what you desire. You got the vision that's you there. And thirdly, now this is where your faith come in at. And kid you not, I didn't even know what I was doing. I wrote the vision board. I got the job. I got the permanent job. I really didn't never let go of the other job because I still had my application there. I think this is what it was. I was still applying for this job. And then all of a sudden this job came. It didn't come exactly when I want to, but I never gave up on that job. And that job eventually is mine now. And right now, I'm with the company 8 years. So it definitely can happen. Is exactly what you want. And so, we talk about affirmation and we talk about the third mode, and you heard me third mode, and you heard me use the word faith. You heard me use the word energy. Neither one of them is different. I'm sharing this to say this is you got your new generation of people that says energy. Keeping your energy up. It's no different. It's what's within you that can bring you so much stuff. Whatever you desire, whatever you focus on so much, whatever you have. You know, that energy for that faith for it gotta come. You focus on it so much, it has to come to you in some way, form, or fashion. And then we'll get into more. If it don't, it have to be an understanding with you. Always, when you're open and you wanting something, you always should have an open heart to know, okay, if I don't get this that I desire so badly, okay, you know, it's not the end of the world. It's not nothing to get depressed about. It's not nothing to go call your friends about. It's not nothing to mope about. You ain't got a second or a time to cry about it. You know, I say wait a minute. I say give yourself a second to cry about it. If you're that type of person, you feel like you gotta run some tears down or whatever, go ahead. Whatever you desire. But don't spend your time focused on what not happened, because then things will not happen because you focus on what happening. So you gotta change your thought real fast. You gotta be so in tune with yourself that I can have whatever I want to have. So just because that didn't happen, maybe it wasn't for me. You don't have to say it. Maybe it wasn't for me because maybe it's in the work. And let me go ahead and use another example. Some things in life are not, it's not in our control. Sometimes companies hire just to get stuff rolling. That don't mean at that point in time, they're not going to tell you that they might not hire you until they actually be able to hire, if that makes sense. So I'm using the hire situation because it's always steps with that is very much more knowledgeable with people to understand. So, you know, sometimes you just can't sit there and say, oh, well, don't Debbie down yourself. Don't Debbie down God. Don't Debbie down the universe. Don't Debbie down none of this work that you put in to say, okay, I failed. Because first of all, looking at it faith-wise, that's what the devil wants you to think. Looking at it in other aspects, then your energy low. Now you got to pull your energy back up and start all the way over again. So that third part is very much necessary for you to sit back and then you go ahead and use. And it's nothing like playing with, yeah, I got that job. Yeah, you get the name. Mr. Paul gonna call me. Oh Lord, Mr. Paul gonna give me a raise, $5,000 or whatever. I got a raise with that other company before I got hired on as permanent. So you gotta be pressing on what you want. And when you start focusing on yourself, you start focusing on so much else that's not necessary, and that's why you see a lot of people so in tune and so getting stuff together, and so much stuff is manifesting for them. And even this teaching me something, and they're going to the the higher, climbing the mountains, and you're still down here. Is because you focus on something that one you probably can't control. Two is that you focusing on something that's not even in your path, in your journey. So you got to learn what's working for you, and you got to be willing to let go of the things that's not working for you. Okay. And so pretty much this is all I have to say about I Am Affirmations. Just constantly use this, using this in your life on a daily basis. Like for instance, I forgot to talk about like I am beautiful things. It's something that you need to say to yourself every day. I used this so much often 5 years ago, and I'm going to continue to use it in my life. I Am Affirmations are so much comforting to you, so much beneficial, the way it makes you feel, because sometimes in life we all are looking for on a personal level using I Am Affirmation. It's something that we're looking for someone else to say to you. Everyone else wants to be admired. When someone come by and they say you're beautiful, are you this, are you that, it's what we begin to do. We begin to feel happy, like, oh, that just made my day. You begin to go out through the day and you blush about what they said about you. So I feel like you do the same thing for yourself. Then some kind of way you already there. So somebody say that to you, like, oh, you just take it as a thank you and leave it there, because you already so in tune with yourself to know that you're beautiful, you're strong, and you're a kind person. You begin to say that so much that it begins to manifest in your life, and you're starting to be whatever you're saying by yourself. You're starting to believe whatever you're saying by yourself. You start to put in work. You're so in tune with this, and so make this an exercise every day that you're doing to yourself, that it has to come to pass, the things that you're doing even for yourself. And we also remember that power is in the tongue. Words that come out your mouth are powerful. Words that come out anyone else's mouth is not powerful. But that's another video that I will be sharing with you guys at another time. I don't want to kind of merge everything all in once. I hope this video was helpful to you guys. Love yourself. Get up and tell yourself how much you are, to yourself before anyone else do. And that's all I want to kind of leave with. And also remember that you came from somebody greater than whatever someone's trying to attach you to. Okay, so you got to remember that too. You are God's child, and He's smiling upon you. He forgave you for everything you done. He don't hold you accountable for none. Once you get on your knees and you ask God for forgiveness, even if you don't get on your knees, where you open your mouth and you sit on your bed and ask God for forgiveness for whatever you done, you get a clean slate the next day. Remember that. Remember that you get a clean slate the next day. Nothing can hold you back. Nothing that you done in the past can hold you back. Nothing that you done to someone can hold you back. Stop waiting for someone to say they accept your forgiveness. Get on your knees, make it clear and certain with God that your very reinsurance is, I am sorry for whatever you done to this person, and let go. I don't want to get so much spiritual into it, but that's also work too. You can't work affirmations and you're not really forgiving yourself. You can't work affirmation and still have a guilty conscience. You can't work affirmations and you still really don't know exactly who you are. A lot of people don't want to let themselves go of a lot of stuff they done. And it's simple as that. Once you ask God for forgiveness, that's it. He forgave you. He loves you like no one on earth will love you. Remember that. And so that's why I love using I Am Affirmations, you guys. And you could Google so many, and a good tip is also get you some index cards. I talked to my neighbor yesterday, and she actually says she do it. I used to do it years ago, and I'm gonna start back doing it as of today and making me some affirmation. But before I do that, I'm gonna take our time and pray exactly to see what it is. It's not all about saying I'm worthy, I'm beautiful, and all that good stuff. I'm powerful. It's about what you actually think you need work in. And when you're saying these affirmations, make sure you cut out anything that's coming to your mind, because that's another thing too. When you're starting out praying or saying affirmation or getting in tune with yourself, your battle is going to be within you. Your battle is within you of making you not believe who you truly are. It's not really no one else that never affect the things that's inside you. Well, the things that you allow people to say that get inside of you also affect that too. And I always say a good tip is to do with any affirmations is anything that comes into your mind that affects you in a negative manner. What is something someone said about you? What is something you think about yourself that's holding you back from your destiny? You find a great affirmation. Even if you have to make it up and make it unique or something like that, that's totally fine. You don't have to get on Google and just go step by step and say this, that, because that might not be what you actually need in your life at that time. You might be like, I am forgiven. You might say that over and over again. I am forgiven. I am forgiven. I am forgiven. I am grateful. I am open for love. I am love. You got to say that over and over again. So every time that you think the opposite or something negative about yourself, you got to grasp that affirmation and actually put it into work and say it. And I tell people, say it so much, say it so repeatedly that when you kind of like fight or remove that negative thought that you're having about yourself, because it's not what no one else think about you, it's what you think about yourself that can hold you back from a lot in life. And I am 40 years old, and I feel like I'm just learning this. So I'm definitely if you're out there and you just grasping onto life, and especially for these young, I feel like sometimes it's not a voice for them, but just if you're young and you just got out here, you know what life is all about. You just leaving the nest of your mom and your womb. Get out here, get educated about some things, and put it to work. You know what I'm saying? Don't spend 10 years and then realize this is what been holding you back. You could have actually accomplish something good. So I always tell people to find out other things, learn, and be open to other religions as well, all that good stuff. So, but I won't go more into details because I can ramble on, you guys. I am Rhonda Faye once again. I hope this video was helpful to you guys. And as always, I love you. And I'll see you next time.